Good evening, Lindley family. My name is Mr. Simmons, and I'm the Director of Culture at Lindley. I would like to thank everyone for logging in with us today for our second community event of the year. The workshop for today is titled Credit Repair Workshop. Today, you will learn tips on how to obtain a perfect credit score. Without further ado, I would like to introduce the president at AlyCat Solutions, Sharif Ali.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you, Shavar, for putting this together first, and thank you, Lindley Academy. We love that you reached out. You obviously know the importance of credit, and so do we. We harp on it, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I'm excited. I'm excited to go over credit, who we are, and how we could potentially be of service and help to the community. So without further ado, I just want to jump right into it. We're going to be going over, who I am, who the company is, what we do, and a little bit about how credit works. Try to keep it nice and easy, simple, not try to overcomplicate things. I know some people reach out to us and they're just so scared of credit, and they think there's a lot to do with it. We try to simplify everything and just make it easy, so in the future you're not freaking out about it. Okay, and then why it's so important, especially to know why credit is so important early on in life. All right, and then last, we're going to talk a little bit about restoring credit, what we do as a company, what you can do to restore your credit. And by the end of this, video, we're going to talk about our free ebook. I'll have Shavar. We'll make sure that he has the link. He'll have the PDF to our ebook, so you can see step by step what entails to credit restoration. If you wanted to take it down yourself, or you reach out to a company like ours, and then you can take it from there. And then we'll drop our contact information off to you. So if you feel like you do need some deep cleansing, if you do need to restore your credit, that's what we're here for. We'll definitely help you out. So real quick, just about me. Again, my name is Sharif, the owner, founder of AlyCat Solutions Credit Restoration. Graduated Uva High School way many moons ago. And I wanted to drop that in, that it's funny going to, in school, attending, community college. I don't remember one time anybody stopping and teaching us about credit or financials. And, you hear that a lot, where people come to us and say, nobody ever told me, this is how credit works. No one ever told me I'm not supposed to do this or that or the third. So I like dropping that off, that, I'm 35 now, but it took me a while to even understand how credit works and what's going on with it. So if you're in that situation, don't feel bad. Nobody teaches us these things, okay? I started off in the car dealership world, for a Kia store, and it was primarily a Kia store that specialized in bad credit, okay? So, I was selling cars to folks who didn't have the best of credit. And that's what really piqued my interest. Okay, and it's funny. I put here, if you look on the slide, that I did have bad credit, just like most Americans. Bad things happen to good people, and unfortunately, it reflects into our credit score. But I wanted to make this a point that I did buy a car. I was lucky enough. I was blessed enough to purchase a vehicle with bad credit, but I had a very high interest rate. Okay. And buying and again, nothing against the automotive company at all, but buying a Kia at 18%, paying $450 back in 2007 is ungodly. Okay, that's just me stepping into an installment loan contract, not knowing what I was doing. But to kind of head this off, what credit is I wanted to bring up this slide and show you how important credit is. That car loan that I got myself into back when I was 19 years old cost me $10,000 in interest. Okay, I'll say that again. That car cost me over $10,000 in interest, just in interest alone, not even the car. Okay, and to me, I mean, this right here, this picture just speaks volume. We keep it up in the office. I keep the picture over at my house. And it's an eye-opener between someone that has good credit and bad credit. If you're looking at the same vehicle for $25,000 over 5 years, person A with good credit is getting a 2.9% rate, with person with 18% with bad credit, look at the difference in the monthly payment there. I mean, that's $187 difference. Okay. In interest, 11,220 bucks. I mean, it's grand larceny. And it's funny, this is our motto. We say it all the time. You can't afford not to fix your credit. You can't. Again, if I could go back in time and save that 10 grand, let me tell you what, I'm gonna save that 10 grand. Okay. But again, just like most Americans, I didn't know any better. You know, if I knew, I would have changed some things around. But again, that was the starting point for me. Once I learned the reality of that, the severity of paying 10 grand and just watching customer after customer coming in and just saying, you know, please, you know, I hope I get approved. I kind of wanted to put a stop to that and educate my clients and kind of make it one of my core values and incorporate it on how I did business in the community selling automobiles, that I wanted people to be aware. I wanted to let them know you're not stuck having bad credit. That everybody that sits with me, needs to be educated about credit and what we can do to, you know, bypass that bad credit. And more what I mean by that is, you know, helping them refinance it. But I really took a pleasure in helping folks get out of that situation. And to top it off, again, with my situation with having bad credit, I took what I learned from the auto industry. And before I even got certified, I took my credit score from a 528, I kid you not, 528 to a 712 in 7 months. So that point being said is it's not the end of the world. Because there's a lot of people that they don't want to get into credit restoration because they think it takes years. They don't want to, they make one mistake and they don't even want to talk about their credit. They're afraid to look at it because they think it can never be recovered, which I want, you know, nobody to believe that that's the case. You know, credit can always be recovered. Okay. Yeah. And once that was done, I knew it was time to go to legit. You know, as I moved through becoming sales manager, working in finance, I felt that disconnect with clients. And I kind of thought, you know, I kind of want to make this my living, you know, helping folks out and just maybe become a credit consultant for a company. So I started training left and right to, you know, become certified. And as soon as I got that certified, I actually just went ahead and I opened up the LLC. I made AlyCat Solutions a thing. And now we're taking off. I mean, Shavar and I were talking earlier, and I was telling him, you know, since last November, we've been opened, and right now we have over 350 clients signed up. And that's not including the ones that are already graduated from our program, but just using our formula, you know, using our program, we've removed almost $200,000 in collections. Okay, over $100,000 in medical bills alone, 43 repossessions and 14 bankruptcies. We'll make that 15 because just this afternoon we got a chapter 13 removed across 2 bureaus. Okay. And our average right now is 4 to 7 months to bring someone up to 700. So again, it's not the end of the world. Credit restoration, it does work. And again, if I can do it, you know, you can do it. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it for you. Okay. A little picture over here on the slide shows somebody that started in February. Working with a 560 score, and in 3 bureau letters, you can see the work we did for them, repairing some late payments and over 10 accounts deleted, and now this person's sitting at a mid-6. So 3 quick letters, you can turn your life around. Okay. So that's a little bit about myself, a little bit about AlyCat Solutions, you know, as far as the company. And I just wanted to touch base with what is credit? You know, what is credit in a nutshell, and how does it work? And I'm glad we chose this picture right here because there are a lot of myths as far as what is good credit. You know, we'll talk to some people that they have a 580 score and they actually think their credit is good and they don't need improvement. Right now, the scoring model is, you know, 300 being bad, and now, you know, some scoring models can go up to 900. Okay. And then we have some folks that sit at 650 and they think they have excellent credit and they're going to get the best of rates, or they're still going to be able to get approved for a home. And that might not be the case. Most mortgages today are, 660, I believe it is your flat before you can get approved for it. AJ knows, I know that getting approved for an automobile, I mean, you'd be lucky sitting in the 500s if you're going to get it approved. And if you are, you're going to be paying a lot of money in interest. You're going to be kind of stuck in that installment contract for a long time. And, we don't want to see anybody go through that whatsoever. But in a nutshell, again, like I said, I want to keep it as simple as possible. What credit is essentially it's your reputation with how you pay people back. Okay, when you borrow money, how you manage money, it's all tracked through your credit report. Okay, there's 3 credit bureaus out there, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, that are going to monitor how you take care of your installment loans, your credit cards, all of it. Okay, it's your reputation, your financial reputation. So when people talk about credit, they mean your history. Okay, your history is how you use your money, and you can see it right there. Examples, how many credit cards do you have? How many open lines of credit do you have? Are those lines of credit maxed out? Are you abusing your income versus your utilization? Do you pay your bills on time is a huge one. If you can't pay bills on time, they're going to report that. And next time you go to get a loan, it's going to count against you. But you can see here, credit matters in today's world. I mean, loan, right now I've heard of some places for employment, they're checking your credit. I mean, they're checking your credibility. I mean, if you're in debt, a lot of them, you're not going to get the job, Of course, housing, whether it be renting or purchasing a house, they're definitely going to be looking at your credit score, your credit history, more importantly. Insurance, I just went through this. I just switched car insurance companies, and they told me they were going to be checking my credit. They said the better my credit is, the more money I'm going to save. The worse my credit is, they were actually going to raise my premium. Go figure. So it's going to affect all aspects of your life. So getting your credit under a good grasp, getting it under control, having a good handle on it, it's crazy important. Okay. Going back to it, just real quick, how you handle your money and bills in the past, that's going to help the lenders decide if they even want to do business with you. They have every right when you apply for anything to look at your history and deny you. If you're not paying back people, if you're borrowing way too much money and you don't have the income to back it up, you're not going to get that apartment. You're not going to get that house. Okay. Going back to it, your history, again, applying for a loan or credit card, that's important. If you're in a jam and you need a quick loan, it'd be nice to know that your credit's clean, that you can get approved for it right on the spot. Same thing with housing, going to find an apartment. I think we've all been there looking for a spot, and someone checks your credit and your history is not there. You're not going to get it. Okay. And everybody's dream, it looks like the American dream right now, is to purchase a house. Okay. And we know that over here at AlyCat Solutions. And when we harp about maintaining credit, one of our main focus is we need to get you into a house, and instead of renting, you want to be able to own something rather than to rent. Okay. The credit score, real quick, on how that is actually put together. There's your scoring model again, but that's based on the information on your credit report. Okay. It's going to take all those factors in as far as how many accounts you have open, your amount owed, your payment history, new credit, length of credit, and credit mix. So this right here, I believe, is extremely important. And when we help people build credit, this is something we want them to keep visible, because that's what actually creates a score. You can dispute, you can work, repair, delete things off your credit, but it's not actually going to make that score go up. Okay. And this is why this picture right here is so important. And if you look at the 2 biggest numbers on the screen, that's going to be payment history and amount owed. 65% of your credit score is made up between those 2 factors. Okay. A lot of our clients didn't know that. And again, it's that simple as opening up lines of credit, borrowing money, and paying it back on time. That's it, is 65% of your credit score, simply between those two factors. You have your other three: new credit, length of credit history. And again, we harp, if you're planning on restoring or building your credit, you want to do it now. If you have the inclination, hey, I need good credit, we suggest you start on it now, because 15% of it is length of credit. If you're going to be a new person, you're not going to achieve 700 right away, unfortunately. You're going to need 2 years of good good credit history to get that good 15%. But that's the scoring model that I want everybody to remember when you're taking credit seriously. Is this right here is what actually calculates that credit score for you. Okay. This right here, I'm not really going to read into that. I like this slide because of this picture. Okay, and this picture speaks volume to me. That is the difference between a mortgage and a rent. That's your average difference here. But you can, look at the picture. You can rent an apartment for $1,200, or with good credit, a mortgage is more time, not than less. It's going to be less than renting an apartment. I'll say that again. You can buy a home and pay less than renting it, own that home, and that's what credit is so important. And people are afraid of that. Like, hey, I just want to rent because I can't afford a mortgage. Yes, you can. Mortgages are getting up there in years. You can extend those out, but to own a home rather than being in a month-to-month agreement to rent with somebody, it speaks volume. Right now, the way the market is you're talking a 660 credit score. That's all you need. We're not they're not asking to be an 850, a 900, anything like that. But to get to 660, you can own your own home instead of renting an apartment and have nothing to show for it at the end. Now you can actually build some equity into something. Okay. That in a nutshell is credit. Again, I try to keep it simple. It's your reputation on how you manage money, and it's going to be reported through your three major credit bureaus: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Okay. What we do as a company, and again, you're going to see in the book, if you decide, hey, I want to be able to do this on my own, is negative item removal. Okay. Anything that's negative on that credit report, we're going to go after, whether it's late payments, charge-offs, collections, what have you. And then your second step is going to be to build, whether you have no credit score, or light, or just bad. Like we said with that other model there, going back, right there is how we're going to build your credit. We need those factors in there. But what we'll do is, AlyCat Solutions has accredited, certified affiliates that no matter how bad you think you are, we're going to get credit. Because we still run into folks that say, I give up, no one's lending me money, I can't even start credit because I can't get approved on anything. We have contracts, we have relationships with, again, certified affiliates that are going to help folks out and give them lines of credit. Whether it's a credit card, personal loan, retail cards, we're going to hand select those for our clients to help them build and get that credit score up. Less than a year, you're going to have a brand new credit score. We don't like to use the word guarantee too much, but we can guarantee if you do the right things within that building steps, you're going to have an upgraded new credit score. Okay. And then at all times, we work pretty much 9 to 9 every day through our cell phones on Sundays. We offer credit counseling and one-on-one support nonstop. Okay. If you ever need some guidance, if you ever need some help, we're there, constantly. With once a month, we will reach out to you. We'll send out reports so you know exactly what's going on. Shavar and I talked about this a little bit, the negative item removal. Tell you real quick how that works. We'll handwrite letters on your behalf to properly and professionally dispute any inaccuracies on your credit report. Okay. it's very important to make sure you know what you're doing. I know through your Credit Karma, your Credit Wise, you can dispute online, but if you have no grounds to dispute, you're most likely not getting that negative item removed. So instead of tearing your hair out and like, why won't this come off? We're here. We'll do it for you, or just reach out and we can help you with that. But we use the law against the credit bureaus. There's the Fair Credit Reporting Act that protects against unfair use and makes sure that any credit-related information is reporting 100%. The law does state if your credit report is not reporting 100%, that account needs to be deleted. It has to be deleted. And real quick, studies by the FTC revealed that 3 out of 4 people's credit reports have mistakes on them. So you got to monitor and protect your credit at all times. It's extremely important. We still get requests from folks that are in the 700 that happen to find a mistake on their credit report and they need our help. So remember that you can have perfect credit, but these bureaus can misreport, and you could be walking around life not knowing that there's something diminishing your credit just because of a simple misreporting. It's absolutely crazy. Here are some of the negative items that do report on your credit bureau. Okay. Any bankruptcy, inquiry, charge-offs, medicals, judgments, repossessions, all those, anything you see on the screen there that might happen to you, that's going to hit your credit and it's going to affect you pretty heavy, okay? But those are also items that can be disputed. I mean, look at the list. You have tax liens, child support. We talked about bankruptcies earlier. We just got one done today, which is huge. But any of those negative items could easily be anywhere from 15 to 250 point hits on your credit bureau. Okay, I think we have, yeah, right there. Just take a look at the numbers there. We had someone earlier this week that was asking what's it going to take to get rid of a late payment, and we looked at his credit, and it was immaculate. I mean, years of great credit, and he had 2 late payments, and he was telling us he was a 750. We just checked his credit. He's a 599 because of 2 late payments. So, I mean, it's very important that, again, going back to the importance of credit, when you do borrow money, I mean, you are entering an agreement with somebody pretty much, hey, you're lending me money, I'm going to be borrowing it back. It's so important to make sure that you're paying it back on time. If you're 1-2 days late, can you afford to take a 110 point hit that's going to stay with you for the next couple years of your life? I mean, they're going to make sure that it stays with you for the next couple years of your life. But that's just a late payment. You have a debt settlement that's 125 points. Your foreclosure is 160. Bankruptcies, 240 points. Collection, 110. Hard inquiries. I tell everybody, hold on tight to your credit. Don't be going out just giving that information willy-nilly to anybody who wants it. When you're going to be applying for credit, a car, or a mortgage, or anything like that, you have to know where you are in the game before you start putting out your information, because you can clearly see a hard inquiry can be up to 15 points. You let somebody run it 10 times, you just lost 100 points on your credit bureau, So it's important that, you go ahead, ahead of time, what's going on. You're monitoring your credit at all times, so you don't have to worry about getting hit like that, okay? And then building credit together is huge. Going back, it's not all about just deletions, but right now, folks don't understand, why their score is not moving, or, why I don't have a credit score. And it's simply this: we have to build credit. What I mean by that is put accounts on your bureau. Okay. You do have to borrow money, and it stinks. It's kind of like a system that kind of holds you down, per se. It's a tough system, but yeah, you do have to borrow money. You have to show that you're credible. You do have to show that you can borrow money and pay it back on time before a score is even produced. That's all it is, and then just maintaining it. But building credit together, that's, we can provide that, again, through our guaranteed accredited affiliates. We can get you the line of credit that you need, okay? And once you show 3-4 months of being responsible, per se, you're going to have that credit score. All right. And then counseling, again, it's we're here for you. We're always a phone call, text, and email away. We have a saying: there is no stupid questions, and there isn't, because this stuff can be confusing sometimes. But we always have certified credit counselors around the clock to answer any questions or guidance. It's not uncommon. We have folks at dealerships, they're car shopping, they'll call us. I'll send one of my credit counselors out to meet you at the dealership if you need it. We have ties with a lot of dealerships in the tri-state area. We know mortgage companies very well. Going back, our affiliated lines of credit. We have people at American Express, Discover, people all over the place. So, when people reach out, hey, what's my next move? How do I get the hookup on this? Is this a good interest rate at the car dealership? It doesn't matter. We want you to reach out to us. So I don't know if you remember back from the first slide when I thought I was really cool with my first car paying, 18%. I wish I had someone to call at that point, but we want you to be in that position where you can call us and we're going to answer those questions for you. And it's a beautiful thing is, even if you enter the program, even if you don't, that information is free. 5 years down the road from today, if you have a question about anything, we're going to help you. It's not like, hey, you got to join a membership and just dial us, find us on Facebook, however you want to find us, just reach out, and we're going to help. Okay. We do take a lot of pride in this company. I get a lot of satisfaction from helping folks, succeed and watching them reach goals, whether it be a new car or watching a family move into a new home. It's absolutely beautiful. And I do take this to heart. This is my full-time job. I want this to be a career of mine for a long time. And we have a lot of core values. You can see we got a lot of just years of experience here. I can say in confidence, we know what we're doing. Locally owned. If anyone's familiar with Coatesville, Pennsylvania, that's where I'm located. We operate out of the office in Westchester, Pennsylvania. We have personal touches as far as, if you're in with our program, my staff is going to know you. Okay. We're not one of these bigwig companies you call in, nobody knows what's going on. We want to start a relationship with you. That personal touch to me is just so very important. But we'll always know where you are in your credit journey. There's always a clear line of communication, which is awesome. For anybody who wants to know more about it and join the program, I know I'm one of the only companies that offers money back guarantee. I can say with confidence, if you have no progress being made, if you have no deletions in 3 months, I'll just give you all your money back. It's as simple as that. We can say that with confidence. Never had to do it. Again, that's why I can proudly say I will give you your money back. And then also we're flexible. We understand. We're currently in a pandemic. It's tough out there, but we're flexible. We're the lowest price program around. If someone's late on a payment, if you can't make a payment, I'm not going to shut you off and blackball you or anything like that. We work with folks. We understand a budget, and that's absolutely fine. Again, coaching to me is one of my favorite parts of the program. Just giving advice to someone, credit score around rather quickly. So weekly coaching, if need be, we're always there. And just giving someone a piece of advice and watching credit score grow is huge. So, we always want to be there. And then fast results. I'm going to, ask you to take a look at us on Facebook, but it's not uncommon. I think a month ago, we had a 120-point increase for somebody that joined the program and was only with us for 28 days. 28 days, this guy went from a bracket to nobody wants them in their car dealership. No one wants to give him a line of credit to. Now this guy can afford whatever he wants. Well, not for whatever he wants, but he's going to be able to get approved for whatever he wants with healthy terms. Okay. But that's pretty much it in a nutshell as far as what credit is and how important it is and what AlyCat Solutions restorations can do for you and your family. Um, like I said in the beginning, we'll have a link for our ebook, which is, I believe it's 200 pages. It's a lot of information. It's good information. You can learn a little bit more than what I just went over here. But like I said, I try to keep it simple. It's your reputation on how you handle money. But take a look at the free ebook. I want you to, and even if you sign up with the program, you can follow up step by step, and you can see how intricate this is and what the process is like and how tedious it can be. But anybody can do it. It's just it is a lot. But our information, follow us on Facebook. You can follow our tips of the week. We generally have contests. We're always giving out stuff. Sometimes we hand out free credit restoration programs. All our consultations free, but we'll go ahead and fix your credit for free through one of our contests. Follow me on Instagram, Sharif Alley Credit Guy or AlyCat Solutions. Our website's right there, AlyCatSolutions.com. My email, and then my phone number is always open to you. You just don't text me at 1 a.m. asking me about credit scores, and I think we'll be fine. But anytime reach out. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to get you hooked up with a credit counselor, or just me myself. Okay. And then to just top it off, this right here is pretty much the formula. This is it. This is the AlyCat tips, boosting your credit score and maintaining. And I already harped on this, but we already know 35% of your credit is paying your bills on time. It's as simple as that. Just pay it on time. Once you get those credit accounts open and they're on your account, just pay them on time, and you're going to see that credit score rise. Excuse me. Balances, your debt to income ratio. It's any account that you have open has to be under 20%. And what I mean by that, if you get that first time credit card that's got you a $300 limit, you got to make sure not to ever go over $60. It's that simple. That's going to get reported to your credit bureau, and if they see that you're abusing your utilization, your credit score is going to go down, and it's going to be marked your high credit impact, how much you use on that card, and it's never good. So number 2 is huge. Again, that's 35%. Make sure that the money you owe goes down. So never, you have to get lines of credit. When you do get a credit card, you have to make sure you're ready, that you're going to be responsible. I myself, I'll use my credit card to get a cup of coffee, and I'll pay it off right away, and I'll go hide that credit card. Okay, especially from my girlfriend. She thinks they're gift cards. You just swipe them. But no, you can't treat them like that. It's your line of credit. That little card is so powerful. So just make sure that all your debt balances are under that utilization of 20%. You may hear some people say 30%. I'm a firm believer. Keep that under 20%, and you'll be absolutely fine. Diversify your lines of credit. We talked about that. Just make sure you have a different mix of credit accounts on there. I direct everyone to, through our affiliates, to get a retail account, not to the point to go shopping, but it's pretty big when we get somebody approved for a $5,000 line of credit through a retail company, and you're using that responsibly, where you're making the payments on time, but you're never going over that utilization mark. Having something like a retail and a car loan and just a regular old credit card, if you have those 3 right there and you're not missing a beat, you're gonna have a 700 credit score. You're on your way to buy a house. All right, that's the formula right there. It's nice and easy. Okay. And like I said, keep your credit information, your social security and date of birth tight to you. You don't want everybody and anybody running your credit. I mean, be smart about what you're choosing. Okay. Reach out to us. We'll let you know, hey, you're going to be able to get approved for this, or you're not going to be able to get approved for this. Or, hey, you don't need this line of credit. We don't believe you need this line of credit. So you want to make sure you're being responsible with, who you're applying with and when you're applying for that line of credit. Okay. Number 5, again, that's pretty much what my company does, a large portion of it, but you do want to, this kind of goes in with number 6, you're going to want a credit monitor platform that's not Credit Karma or CreditWise. I don't believe in them. They're marketing sites. I believe in identity IQ. I have an affiliate link we can send out if you wanted to sign up. They're just so accurate. They put $1 million insurance policy on your name that protects you against identity theft. Because once your scores get up there, you want to protect that. You work hard for it. You don't want to get it stolen. But signing up for something like Identity IQ every month is going to show your report and give you notification when things are about to go bad. But even myself, I check my score. I mean, it only updates every 30 days, but I check my score every day religiously. Just knowing what I know now, being in the industry, that anybody can report on your credit bureau, and the only person that's going to suffer is you. Okay. Maybe 5-6 months ago, one of my car payments showed up late and I took a 60-80 point hit, and it wasn't my fault. And it was a good thing I had Identity IQ, because just instantly I was able to dispute that and make sure that left my credit report. If I didn't have that monitoring system, I'm walking around with late payments. And if I went into anywhere to apply for credit, I don't know if maybe I would have got declined for it. If not, my interest rate would have been a whole lot higher. So it's those 6 right there, very important. Number 6, I think, is huge, to just make sure you are monitoring with a legit company that is going to take care of you and be able to monitor your credit, everything that you worked extremely hard for. Okay. But that's pretty much it. That's what I have for you, Shavar. I try to make it quick. I know we had an hour. I'm sitting there watching the clock. But
no, you're good. You did great.
Yeah, I try. I try not to overcomplicate it. You want to keep it simple, and it's not that hard. And like I said, we're a phone call away if there's any questions or concerns. All my consultations are free. If somebody just wants me to take a look at it, make sure, where am I? What can I do? We can talk about that. Folks who have no credit, we specialize in.
Okay.
That we can get, for folks who just don't know where to start with credit, don't freak out. A lot of people are like, I don't know what to do. We can handle that. It's very easy, and we can get somebody that has an absolute 0 score.
Okay.
If you're an absolute 0 score, I can make you a 700 score in less than 5 months. That's absolutely guaranteed. If you follow my program, if you have no credit, especially those folks, entering, college, graduating right when you turn 18, this is when you want to contact us, and we can get you started and make sure that you're not abusing your credit and then fall into a hole like this guy when he was young, and get you to the right lines of credit that aren't going to take advantage of you, but get started. And you want to start that credit world early, where you can be a 700 being 18 years old. It's a wonderful thing. Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much, Sharif, for giving our community awesome credit tips. You are not part of the Lindley family, and we hope to work with you again.
Awesome.
Lindley family, please tune in to our next event, which is a financial literacy seminar. The event will take place Thursday, November the 19th at 5 p.m. Have a great night and see you soon.
Thanks again, guys.
Thank you. Thanks.